name is Anthony. It's Inter Worldwide. It's one of those old school, more reflective final words, and it's going to be a lot quicker than the usual version that I've been doing with Mo or anybody else as well. So this is just a nice little reflective final word for match day 33. And yeah, huge shout out to everybody on YouTube. This one's exclusive on there. We've been streaming pretty much everything to our socials lately, but this one's for you guys. So I'm going to wrap it up nice and quickly, match day 33. And if you can't tell, it's pretty calm, lad. It's pretty calm out here, as it should be calm for everybody. Anybody who's still stressing, like, I understand it. We're Interista. It's what we do. But provided we can get the business done this weekend, I see nothing but good things. So let's just go through some of those results, because in context, the rest of the league is actually a lot more interesting than our anticlimactic sort of title run here. So straight from the top, ladies and gentlemen, Genoa 2, Spezia 0. Makes you think maybe a certain team should have got 3 punti versus Spezia only less than a week ago. But that's okay now. I said that it will be looking back on that season, looking at that point as one gained, no matter how beta that sounds. But it's true. Genoa doing the business, making sure they can hold down a mid-table spot. Kudos to them. They had a rough start to the season. I don't care too much for them. I badmouth them a little bit. But Spezia are now in a little bit of a dogfight as well. It's funny how these relegation sides like your Beneventos and your Spezias, they showcase a little bit at the start of the season what they're capable of. But now, only 2 points away from the drop with 5 games left. Yo, this is far from over from Spezia. And that just goes to show this is really good, because every game in Serie A is very interesting from here on in. Next game, please. Crotone 4, Parma 3. What a win. And they'll be on a high, which means we need to knock them back on their ass this weekend. 3 goals, 4 goals. Inter needs to pump the shit out of Crotone. They're already relegated. Not mathematically, but they would have to hope that Parma, Benevento, Cagliari, Torino, Spezia lose every game from here on in, and they win every game. Not going to happen. Crotone is down and out. We need to bury them a little further, unfortunately. Moving on to the next... Oh, wait, no, Parma. So, they're done. They are done. And we've said it in the last 3 or 4 final words that they're done. So I don't need to go in it further. So drop your comments below about Parma. I want to hear them, guys. How old are you? When was the first time that you watched Parma? Because I go back to the side that had, Cannavaro, Hernan Crespo, Lilian Thuram in it. Great side. Great side. Sad to see them hit the drop again. But it's going to happen. They lost Kulusevski, and he was a big part of their game last season, and they didn't replace him adequately. You've got Jedvinho, who's getting on, Caramo, who's inconsistent, and the rest of their squad is just really bare average, to be honest. Ain't nobody called Cornelius going to take the league by storm. Next game, please. Sassuolo 1, Sampdoria 0. The battle of the mid-table sides, 8 v 9. And, a good little 1-0 win for De Zerbi and Sassuolo. They've got 4 wins out of their last 5, and I think they can take the game to Atalanta this weekend, because if they do, it'll be a big, big favour to us. Because, Atalanta's the only team left in the title race, and even though we've got that huge head-to-head and the massive points gap, I don't see Atalanta dropping points. They're a juggernaut. They absolutely... Bologna 5-0, and that's the next game that we're going to go to. What a game by them. Goals galore. Gasperini's got the team oiled well. That assist from Muriel, that little back heel. Ooh, that's the best kind of football. That's the best kind of football. So kudos to them. They're a worthy second finisher, and they are going to finish second. I have no doubt about it now after the next result that we're going to talk about. We're flowing good. Lazio 3, Milan 0. Remember when Milan was the best thing since sliced bread? Remember when Romagnoli was better than Skriniar? Remember when all their fans were out of their caves and going hardcore to the bone at all the Inter men? Well, guess what? The Milan fans' favorite quote every season is, "Wait till the end of the season." Oh man, I can't wait till the end of the season. Because you can fall further. And you might fall further. Motherfuckers. I don't want to go on it too long, otherwise this will turn into a thing about how I resent their fan base and how it's weird to say this, but I might even prefer them to stay out of the top 4 than you-know-who, which we're going to get to in a second. Either way, I feel like every time the camera pans to Ibrahimovic, he's got this big look of reflection and regret on his face. It's probably got to do with the fact that he thought his 39-year-old ego could dominate like the 26-year-old physicality of Romelu Lukaku. who is one of the best physically built players in the league. Inter's the best physically built squad in the league. So at the end of the day, it's just science, Zlatan. You're not bigger than science, my dude. I love you, and I'll continue to love you till you retire. But yeah, maybe time to hang it up, eh? I'll talk about the top four when I finish with the results. So Napoli 2, Torino 0. Some good goals as well. And you know what? I'm just cheering for any team that's not Juventus and Milan to pick up points at the moment, boys and girls. No girls, boys. It's getting like Napoli's in third. I picked them to finish in the top four at the start of the season, I'm pretty sure. And I hope they continue it, because nothing makes me happier than seeing Napoli, do well while Inter does well. It's been a little bit weird the last few years because I've got some family ties with Naples and I've always cheered for them to do well, but it's no fun when they're above you, right? So it's good to see them around, and if it means them finishing in the top four at one of the expense of Juventus and Milan, then so be it. I'm really happy for that. What's next? Cagliari 3, Roma 2. Yo, Cagliari with the great escape. Cagliari with the great escape of the season. They were like 7 points away from safety at one point, 8 points away from safety. And now they're sitting here out of the relegation zone. And, with a few fixtures that might actually be okay for them coming up. No fixtures easy in Serie A at the back end of this season. And, they've got Napoli and Milan as well. But fixtures against Benevento, which will be huge on Sunday, 9th of May. Fiorentina, which is winnable. Genoa, which they can get points from. Cagliari might actually be in a position to survive the drop, and with the quality they've got on the pitch, they just might do the job. And what is beneficial at the end of the day, as much as I'd love to see Raja Nainggolan getting relegated, it's probably better for Inter in the sense that we can probably retain his contract with Cagliari, or even, I don't know, man, maybe, I don't know, just get him off our books for sake. Last game of the round, besides our one, which I won't even talk about. I did my match reaction. It's Fiorentina. Oh, wait, I missed Benevento Udinese, but Benevento speech the same as Spezia. Started well under Pippo Inzaghi this season. Have dropped enough points. They're 18th now in the relegation zone and look likely to be relegated. They are 2 draws and 3 losses in their last 5. And with a tough fixture list coming up for Benevento, unlike there'd be any easy matches for a side like that, it's hard to see them actually staying up, which is a shame. Milan, Cagliari, Atalanta, Crotone and Torino. So not the toughest schedule, but if they're going toe-to-toe with the teams to survive relegation, it's not looking good for them at the moment, eh? Disappointing. Last but not least, Fiorentina 1, Juventus 1. As I've got the ladder up at the moment, Juventus are 4th, Milan are 5th. Vlahovic with a nice Panenka for the penalty. Morata with a nice equalizer. Juventus really making me look stupid, like proper stupid, for how much I thought they would come back and make a run this season. How good are those fans that say, ooh, Juventus are out of Europe? I'd be scared of Juve when they're out of Europe. Now Juve have the same games as Inter. Like it's a big difference that you went and played one extra game in Portugal and the other 90 minutes in Turin. You guys just suck ass, bro. If they don't finish in the top 4 this season, I'll more just be sitting back reacting like more than celebrating anything. It's just weird. Lazio, with a game in hand, can go within 2 points of 4th position. Guys, the table for 4th is nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And I can't wait to watch this as an outsider with our points gap. It's really, really good to see. Guys, let me know how you're feeling at the end of match day 33. I'm going to wrap it up nice and sweet and simple. Really, really happy at the end of match day 33. The lead that we've got at the moment, we've got a double-digit lead with 5 games left. Full speed ahead to Crotone, and then we can think about where we want to choose to wrap it up with our final point of the season. Forza Inter worldwide. Ciao ragazzi, thanks for tuning in.